All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is who the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world calls Jesus, right? I want to show you something in this tweet right here that Donald Trump made, all right? So yesterday, on April 1st, they sent astronauts, so-called, to the moon. Now, we don't believe they went to the moon, nor do we ever believe that they would even make it to the moon, all right? Because the Lord said he had created a firmament over the earth, okay? But that's another story. And keep in mind also, they did this moon launch on April Fool's Day. Take heed to that, right? But I want to read something highlighted in the blue in this tweet. It says, "We are winning in space, on Earth, and everywhere in between, economically, militarily, and now beyond these stars. Nobody comes close." All right. So this is the pride of these devils. All right. They say nobody comes close to them. Right. In economics, in military might. It says, and now beyond these stars. All right. But I want to read this out of the Bible. Exactly what they're saying right here. Okay. So let's go to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1. And verse 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord, concerning Edom. So the context of Obadiah is talking about Edom. Who is Edom? Edom is the so-called white man. And the word Edom means red in Hebrew. All right. This is the same story of which Esau is derived. Okay. Because the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. It tells you that in Genesis chapter 25 and verse number 25. But I want to read right here in verse number 3. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, right? Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So the Lord said, the pride of their heart have deceived them. Okay, the Lord said pride is one departs from their maker. All right, so basically, because of all their sins and all the evil that they have done, their mind is now going to be deceived, right? That's what the word heart means right here. It's talking about the mind. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. So because these devils are so prideful, their hearts have been deceived now, right? That's why they're going to be caught off guard when all these rockets and all these nuclear missiles hit over here in America, because they think that they're set up on high, right? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. So the Lord said, although they exalt themselves as the eagle, okay, and thou set thy nest among the stars, the Lord said he's going to bring them down to the ground. Okay, these people have the eagle as their symbol, all right? And when you look at the first so-called moon landing, what did they say? They said the eagle has landed, all right? So the Lord said, though they set themselves among the stars, this is not literal. This is parabolic, okay? The Lord said, from thence will I bring thee down. Even Esau himself says the stars are light years away, right? So what is he talking about right here when he says beyond the stars? So this devil doesn't know what he's talking about really, but ultimately, this is the Lord showing us that these prophecies are coming to pass that are written in Obadiah. So the Lord is bringing Babylon, or who the world calls America, down to its knees. That the Lord is lifting up the skirt of this nation and exposing it for what it truly is. It's nothing but filthiness, okay, deceit, bloodshedding, murder, emulation, all right? And the list goes on for these devils, man. They have a dirty laundry list of evils that they have done. All right. That's why we got to keep our garments pure and white. all right, and keep the faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. But I'm going to read the judgment for these devils right here, all right? The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse number 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right. So it says, because of unrighteous dealings, they have dealt unrighteously. Right? How do you deal unrighteously? By going against the commandments. That is their pride. Okay. They departed from the Creator. All right. So when you look at these devils, they have broken every commandment in the Bible, and they continuously do it with great pride. All right. And no sorrows. Okay. But it says also, and injuries and riches got by deceit. So they have deceived the Native Americans. They've deceived our people, and they have gotten riches, right? They have become the greatest nation on earth, okay, by deceit. All right. And they used our people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, to do it. Okay. So the Lord is going to bring them down to the ground. And the Lord said again, it says, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So the kingdom will be translated from them, Esau, to us, who are the sons of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. And that kingdom will be the Lord's kingdom. And Lord willing, we will rule with him. All right. But I wanted to bring that out real quick to show you that these devils, right, they are the devil that the Bible speaks of, and the Lord is going to bring them down to the ground. All right. Though they be prideful, though they so-called have the number one military, the Lord is going to expose these devils and put them in the sand. Right? Just like he did the Egyptians. Okay, he destroyed Egypt. He's going to destroy America. All right. And with that, we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.